Human relationships are intricate, woven with subtle threads of emotion, intention, and communication. At their best, they are sources of strength, joy, and connection. But not all interactions are honest, and some people, intentionally or not, may harbor hidden resentment or dislike. Recognizing these subtle signs can save you from unnecessary pain and misalignment, allowing you to invest in healthier, more supportive connections. Using the timeless wisdom of Stoicism, we can navigate these scenarios with grace and fortitude, ensuring our sense of self remains intact no matter what others project onto us. If you suspect someone secretly dislikes you, here are 7 signs to look for, along with wisdom to guide your response. 1. They barely acknowledge your success. When you share good news, how do they react? A genuine friend celebrates with you wholeheartedly, but someone who secretly dislikes you might offer tepid congratulations or even dismiss your achievements altogether. You might hear comments like, "Oh, that's nice," or see a quick change of subject to something unrelated. This reaction stems from their insecurity or jealousy, as your success forces them to confront their perceived shortcomings. Aurelius teaches us not to hinge our happiness on external validation. In Meditations, component placement, he reminds us to focus on the intrinsic value of our actions rather than the applause of others. When faced with dismissive behavior, let their reaction serve as a reminder to value your achievements for their own sake, not for the approval of others. 2. Their humor feels like a weapon. Jokes are meant to bring people together, but when someone dislikes you, their humor often comes with a sting. Sarcastic remarks or playful jabs can be thinly veiled criticisms designed to undermine your confidence while maintaining plausible deniability. For instance, a colleague might say, "Oh, look who finally decided to contribute something useful," under the guise of a joke, but their tone betrays their intent. In Stoicism, humor that harms or belittles another is considered a failure to act virtuously. Marcus Aurelius would advise us to rise above petty provocations, recognizing that their barbs reflect their own inner turmoil, not your worth. Confronting such behavior calmly and directly, "That comment didn't sit right with me, can we discuss it?" can diffuse the tension and reaffirm your boundaries. 3. They constantly interrupt or ignore you. Disregard during conversations is another subtle sign of disdain. Do they cut you off mid-sentence, change topics abruptly, or act distracted when you're speaking? These behaviors convey a lack of respect for your perspective and can leave you feeling unheard and undervalued. For the Stoic, this is an opportunity to practice equanimity. Aurelius would urge us not to take such behavior personally, understanding that their dismissiveness reflects their character, not ours. Instead, focus on clear and assertive communication. "I wasn't finished speaking. Could I share my thought before we move on?" This demonstrates self-respect while keeping the conversation constructive. 4. They display subtle nonverbal disrespect. Body language often speaks louder than words. Eye rolls, exaggerated sighs, or crossed arms when you're speaking reveal contempt, even if their words seem neutral. These gestures are powerful forms of passive aggression, signaling disdain without the courage of direct confrontation. Rather than internalizing this disrespect, Stoicism encourages us to maintain our composure. Remember that others' reactions are outside your control. Your responsibility lies in how you respond. A tactful approach, such as addressing the behavior openly. "I noticed you rolled your eyes. Is there something you'd like to share?" can shift the dynamic and affirm your unwillingness to tolerate disrespect. 5. They avoid physical contact. Physical touch, whether a handshake, a pat on the back, or a friendly hug, is a universal way to build trust and connection. If someone consistently avoids touching you but is comfortable being tactile with others, it's a clear signal of discomfort or distance. This avoidance may reflect their dislike, whether rooted in personal bias or unresolved tension. Aurelius emphasizes focusing on the rational interpretation of events, not allowing ourselves to be swayed by emotional assumptions. While it's natural to feel hurt by their avoidance, Remember that their actions are a reflection of their internal state, not necessarily your worth. Seek clarity if the relationship matters, but recognize when to step back and prioritize connections that feel mutual and warm. 6. They disappear in times of need. Nothing tests the strength of a relationship like a personal crisis. When the going gets tough, true friends show up, offering their presence and support. If someone repeatedly vanishes during your difficult moments, it reveals a lack of investment in the relationship. Excuses like, "I'm really busy," or radio silence altogether indicate that they value their convenience over your well-being. Stoic wisdom reminds us not to overvalue the presence of fair-weather friends. Marcus Aurelius would advise us to accept the reality of such behavior without bitterness, using it as an opportunity to recalibrate our expectations. Invest your energy in those who demonstrate loyalty and care, remembering that enduring relationships are built on mutual effort, not convenience. 7. They gossip about you. Gossip is among the most insidious signs of hidden dislike. When someone you trust spreads private details or speaks ill of you behind your back, they undermine both your trust and your reputation. It's not just hurtful, it's an act of betrayal that exposes their lack of respect for the relationship. Aurelius reminds us to remain steadfast in the face of others' opinions, focusing on living with integrity rather than trying to control external perceptions. If gossip comes to your attention, approach the person directly, asking for clarity and expressing your feelings without hostility. Their response will reveal their true character, helping you decide whether the relationship is worth salvaging. What do these signs reveal about human nature? These behaviors, while frustrating, often stem from the other person's unresolved insecurities or internal struggles. Marcus Aurelius writes, "You always own the option of having no opinion. There is never a need to get worked up or to trouble your soul." In other words, the actions of others are their burden, not yours. Recognizing this liberates you from overanalyzing their motives and allows you to focus on your own well-being. When someone dislikes you, it's less about you and more about what you trigger in them. Whether it's envy, fear, or discomfort, their reaction is a mirror of their inner state. Instead of internalizing their negativity, use it as an opportunity to strengthen your resolve and embrace the relationships that genuinely uplift you. The Stoic Approach. The Stoic approach to navigating difficult interpersonal dynamics emphasizes wisdom, composure, and intentional action. Practicing emotional detachment is key, refusing to let others' negativity define your sense of self. As Marcus Aurelius reminds us, the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts, so it is crucial to focus on constructive and positive interpretations rather than dwelling on slights. Responding with virtue instead of vengeance ensures that you maintain your integrity while diffusing potential conflict through kindness, patience, and fairness, rather than stooping to the level of those who wrong you. Equally important is reassessing your circle. If someone consistently displays toxic behaviors, consider whether they truly deserve a place in your life. Prioritize relationships built on respect and reciprocity, letting go of dynamics that drain or harm you. Lastly, embrace the lessons these experiences offer. Every challenging relationship sharpens your resilience and helps you discern genuine connections, ultimately protecting your inner peace and strengthening your character. A Stoic reminder of your worth. Life is too short to be weighed down by the opinions or actions of those who cannot meet you with kindness and respect. Marcus Aurelius urges us to focus on what is within our control, our thoughts, actions, and choices. When faced with signs of hidden dislike, let them serve as reminders to uphold your dignity and invest in relationships that nourish your spirit. By applying the principles of Stoicism, you can navigate these situations with grace, using them as opportunities to refine your character and deepen your understanding of human nature. After all, the measure of a fulfilling life isn't the number of friends you have, but the quality of the connections you cherish.